it feels like there's egg on New York's face. I'm very curious to see if they do anything between now and the start of the training camp, or even like, the second week of December, because that's when a lot of these restrictions let up. But I don't necessarily look at it as a negative, and that's not me trying to shill for this front office. It's more just the fact that they haven't done something harmful with that cap space. And It's crazy. We have to look in that view, but I'm eager to see if there is that missing piece. If it's not, then, I just feel like there's certainly a front court logjam. I see a glaring hole at the one. I would like some of these things to be solved. And I know we'll obviously talk a little bit more about Randall and some of the other moves that were made, but it's a matter of how are you prioritizing assets and what's the right move versus, getting future picks or developing players on the court. It's a discussion that I think you have very differing sides on.
So that's the thing is, and I was hinting at it to start the episode about there seems to be some consternation in the air today, some with the media, maybe some segments of the fan base. And again, this may come off as us being a bit of a shill for this new front office, but here's what I'm going to say in our defense. It's one thing to come to the defense of a front office that has shown no indication that they know what a chessboard is, let alone how to play the game. To me, I look at what the front office has done. And again, we're not saying the Ed Davis thing or the sign and trade for, like, these aren't monumental like moves, but they are proof of concept. They are indication that the people that are making these decisions, they know what they are doing. Doesn't mean they're going to make the right decisions all the time or most of the time. No and no. But they know what they're doing. So the notion that they're just going to be like, oh, well, we have $18 million in cap space. Who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy at one point. Like, that's not what's going on here. I would proffer, feel free to disagree. I would proffer that much. To me, the question is, and you just hinted at it, is there a move coming now? Or is there, let's sit on this for the time being because, again, it doesn't go bad. And yes, there's more competition today than there was yesterday because Boston has the exception. And as we talked about before, so does OKC. But, you look around the league, and especially, here's the other thing, the amount of fungible little salaries now that New York has spent the last 2 weeks signing, it really does put them in a very interesting position because unlike, say, your Bostons of the world or even your OKCs who have either pieces that like nobody wants or pieces that they want to keep, New York has a bunch of these little pieces that's like, hey, we could use that guy. We could use that guy. If we're looking to dump this salary, we're at least getting something back that will help us. So I think to be like, oh, the Knicks are ending the offseason with this room they didn't spend is more than a little short-sighted, right?
Yeah, I would agree. And again, this is coming from me, the person who said flat out, I would be surprised if the Knicks didn't get, I think I said towards 109 because of the fact that with agents and how that play is, but they've got 20 guys coming.
We're not done yet.
We're not. But the thing is, we still have 20 players on the roster. That's the max coming to camp. If Randall doesn't get moved, if Knox doesn't get moved, Bullock, Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., whoever it may be, then yes, you're coming in with a huge amount, probably too much. And again, it's fine though, because you still can make those trades. I just would be, again, still surprised if nothing happens until then, but it's then this question of, say, who are you trading? Not necessarily who are you trading for, but who is going out the building?